I've been working with Phil for a very long time. It's been a great experience working with him. He restructured the company altogether from the get-go. My name is Chris Marshall. I'm the CEO and founder and president of the business that I work for, which is Calder Biosciences, Inc. Business is it's a technology company in the biotech space, commercializing a protein engineering technology that we apply to recombinant subunit vaccines. So we engineer vaccines to be more stable and more potent and to improve protection. I've worked with larger firms. I've never worked with a smaller firm that Phil is. So I can't say that it's an exact comparison. So I'd worked with Morrison Forster together. But so I would say, what is the experience? I've been working with Phil for a very long time. It's been a great experience working with him, with Morrison Forster. They were slightly, faster in responding because they had a larger team on each project, but I didn't get anywhere near the same personal sort of touch that I get from Philip. I met Phil through our patent attorney, so I was looking for a corporate attorney through our patent attorney. She knew of Phil and she recommended him, and sort of what I learned was that he had significant experience at Johnson & Johnson, and so he was deeply familiar with pharma and sort of deal making and all the things that sort of we really needed expertise in. And so I wanted to meet him, so I met him. Since then, it's just been really wonderful working with him. So I mean, he's astounding. He's really good. He comes at law from a very a very detailed perspective, a very business-oriented perspective that I guess I hadn't encountered before. Focus on taxes and exit strategies for which was it's an obvious thing for a startup company to think through, but it was not obvious to me that we would be thinking about these things this early on. We were an LLC, we were a different company. He restructured the whole thing, sort of just built it himself. The legal structure that we are now is a Philip product. So that was huge. It was time to restructure. We didn't want to be an LLC anymore. We wanted to be a C Corp because that facilitates investment. And there were just a lot of reasons to be doing this, but that was a very, very big thing that he did for us. And then, he's steered us, sort of as we go work with investment bankers or people who want to investment bank, and sort of making sure that sort of we stay on the very straight and narrow path. I would say the largest transformation that he's responsible for is the corporate structure. He's not cheap, but he uses his time incredibly efficiently. So whenever you come to him with a project, you've got some agreement that he needs to look at, he'll crank through it incredibly quickly with great expertise. And sort of he'll so it ends up being fairly inexpensive because he's just so good with time. So you get incredibly high quality, and yet it's done in a short period of time. And so you actually end up saving money, despite the fact that he probably charges the same as everybody else. He's a very intense guy. He's very personable. He's got a lot of interests. He's fun to talk to outside of work. I mean, he's just a really good attorney.